peace order.
No, the TR. No, so let me be clear. The TRO was not issued based on the fact that. So there's 4 grounds that the TRO can be issued, right? 4 grounds.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're asking me to talk about legal attorney stuff, and that's not what I'm prepared to talk about.
It's not legal attorney. It's either you've applied for a temporary.
I have applied. We went to court.
Okay.
The 4 grounds for TRO were founded on the basis that they could not put all the stakes in front of my property.
Okay.
Okay. They agreed they were wrong, and they pulled them up. They pulled all the stakes up. They continued to state that those stakes over there should remain. They argued that. I don't know those legal terms. You're putting me in a position, but I'm not a legal attorney, so you can't ask me these legal questions because I don't know these legal answers.
Sure. I'm not asking any legal questions of you.
You are.
I think that at some point we're having a disconnect and we're misinterpreting each other. Okay.
I agree.
So
because I am not a legal attorney, I'm not going to answer you legal attorney answers. So the legal bounds between the TRO. The TRO.
I'm not familiar with what a TRO is. What is a TRO?
Temporary restraining order.
Okay.
TRO. Okay.
That's just not how they're referred to in St. Mary's County. So. Okay.
Well, they are TROs because we went to court before Judge. I don't know what the judge's name is. I'm trying to remember. Here you're putting. I'm frustrated because you're asking me to give you answers in terms of names and the nomenclature and stuff like that. That's not my job.
I've not asked names.
That's not my position.
I've not asked you a single
you
name
have.
for nomenclature.
You have.
All I've asked, and what I'm trying to get a clear answer from is, have you ever gone to district court or a district court commissioner that's located at the jail in St. Mary's County, Creighton, Leonardtown, and applied for a peace order against your neighbors, the Cottons?
Yes.
You have
one time when their dog attacked me for the 3rd time. Yes.
And what was the disposition to that? You went to court because you would have to go to court.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about here?
Because if you can get a peace order, they cannot contact you by any means or they will be arrested or charged.
That's not what we're talking about here. You're completely way off base.
I'm not way off
you
base.
two are way off base.
You don't want to be contacted by your neighbors, correct?
No.
You want to walk uninhibited without being talked to.
You are way off
or
base.
yelled at by your neighbors.
No, you two
so
are
what
way.
is-
No,
so
stop. You two are way off base. You're way off base.
What am I missing here? You don't want to be contacted by them. I'm giving you an option that would, legally, they would not be able to contact you.
You're not.
So how else can I help you?
You're way off base.
Okay.
The two of you are so far off base.
Get me back on base so I can understand you.
Okay. So the Cottons have attacked us with their German Shepherd dog 3 times. On the 3rd time, I took them to court and I said, "Hey, I need a peace order against you because I need to be able to protect myself, my family, everybody that comes here, to be able to go out in that road and uninhibited, unrestricted from that dog." Okay? That's separate from what we're talking about here. Completely separate. You're not understanding the difference between that.
I can understand that you're upset
I'm
and
stop.
appalled and annoyed by your neighbors yelling at you every time you go to your mailbox or you walk on the road. And what I'm telling you is, if you've obtained a peace order, they cannot make any contact with you by any means, or they are charged with a crime for violating that order.
Okay.
I don't understand how I'm off base here.
You are. You're not getting it.
Okay.
So what is the goal that you're trying to achieve, sir?
I want to be able to walk on that asphalt, that impervious surface right there.
Right.
Without anybody yelling at me, period.
Okay. So solution, so I'm
Solution
to your
is
problem.
you go talk to them. You did this. Okay? I've got it on video. I've got it on camera. Okay? I'm going to take it to the court this week. We go before the judge. And I want them to be told, hey, he's going to take you to court because he's got that on camera. You
Okay.
cannot look. This is like a public place. Look, if I worked at McDonald's and they went to McDonald's at any point in my operational 8-hour timeline, listen to me,
Yes, sir.
and they influenced me, harassed me, called nuisance in the terms of the law, they are wrong.
Right. Gotcha.
Nobody has it. If you worked at McDonald's and I went there on 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock when you're off, and I said, "Hey, officer," and I became a nuisance to you. I'm a nuisance.
Right.
In the eyes of the law, you cannot do that. Do
Okay.
you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
So-
So in the eyes of the law,
Yes, sir.
they cannot take me in any time when I get off at the end of the day at the 5 o'clock hour. They cannot provide a nuisance to me. Period. Period.
Okay.
You need to tell them that.
Okay.
You cannot
So,
create a nuisance for Mr. Stanley. You cannot go out at the end of your drive and you cannot sit in a chair and
Yes, sir.
take photos again. You cannot do that. Period.
I understand. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to them. Okay. I'm gonna advise them. Okay. To try and stay away from you. To stop annoying you. All right. What I'm
We'll
gonna
tell them
advise.
that you're going to court.
Yes,
that you have
exactly.
everything recorded and-
I'm gonna take this to court. I'm gonna
You should.
take them.
Yes, sir.
Look, I need to be able to move up. When I go to my front door and they look. Let me take. Follow me, if you would, sir. This camera records me. That camera in that tree records me. That camera in that retreat. That camera over there in their post office. They're all recording me. Every time I move it about,
These are all their chair
they're
cameras.
cameras.
Okay.
Okay? Tell them to take the freaking shit down